When this happens to a narcissist, they begin to miss you so badly. Everyone, welcome. Let's address a common misconception, that narcissists are bizarro humans who can't feel love or empathy like the rest of us. But that's just it, a misconception. In reality, non-narcissists might find themselves in similar relationships, and they cherish them as genuine love. One thing we come to learn in life is that everyone has their perspective. That's why it can be hard to sway someone, even when you have all the facts and evidence. Narcissists suffer from a disorder, sure, but not everyone with this disorder lacks all traces of self-awareness. They miss you for the same reasons as non-narcissists would miss someone, because of a connection, shared interests, common goals. Here's an unfortunate truth. Narcissists usually end up in relationships with people who are on the same wavelength, like psychopaths, degenerates, other narcissists. And no matter what they might apologize for, no matter how many times they might try to win back your trust after cheating on you or acting ruthlessly, their relationships tend to get worse and worse. So be wary of getting involved with a narcissist, reader. Especially as an empath who gets emotionally invested in relationships, it can be easy to get caught in a cycle of dark, traumatic experiences. And when it's finally over and you find yourself grieving, it can be a tough place to be in. But know this, better things are on the horizon, and soon you'll be able to let go and move on. Navigating a relationship with a narcissist is no easy feat, whether it's your parent, friend, or significant other. Personally, I've had the misfortune of experiencing all the above. There's one guy in particular who stands out, a guy who might as well be the textbook definition of a narcissist, a psychopath even. Initially, he was irresistible. He had a seductive grin, the charm of a Casanova, and a seemingly successful career. But it was all just surface-level glitz and glam, as I soon learned. Narcissists are all facade at first, and it's not until you get to know them that their true selves start to show. And let me tell you, it's not pretty. This person, who I believe to be a narcissist, eventually showed me his true colors. He began belittling me, stealing from me, and doing all the things my ex-girlfriend did to me. It's just these types of people's true nature. There's no hiding it for long. The people we surround ourselves with reveal our character. A good person with good intentions will attract good people and their relationships will flourish. But for a narcissist, it's the opposite. Trust me, they never have your back, and you learn that the hard way. So, why do they miss you? It's simple. Narcissists are superficial beings, and they only miss the surface-level acts that you did for them. They don't understand the real meaning of building trust and true relationships. When a genuine person builds trust, their relationship strengthens. The more you have someone's back when they're down, the more they feel comfortable with you. But for a narcissist, people and relationships are disposable, and they never truly understand the importance of building meaningful connections. In the end, it's important to let narcissists go and move on. They'll miss you, sure, but it's only because you served their superficial needs. So let them miss you while you build real, meaningful connections with the people who deserve you. So, when a narcissist misses you, it's not because they're thinking of you and reminiscing about all the love and affection you showered them with. It's much darker than that. But it's also tragic to think that they do miss you, despite not missing you for all the loving and great reasons. There may be exceptions to the rule, of course, and sometimes a narcissist finds a new victim in a dark place that's just like you were. I'll admit it, when I met the narcissist, I was in one of the darkest places of my life. But at the same time, I was the happiest I'd been in a while, though it was the wrong kind of happy. I'm not trying to paint myself as an angel, either. I was running with the wrong crowd, doing whatever young folks call living it up in the city. I've touched on this a bit before, but let me go into more detail later. Suffice it to say, I was dancing with the devil, and that's how I met the narcissist. Now, I hope you know by now that I'm not someone who goes around hurting people. I don't steal, rob, manipulate, or hurt others for fun. Do I have my vices and my struggles? Sure, we all do. I've struggled with controlling my ego and meaningless hookups in the past. These two alone can turn you into a narcissist in its own way. You become all about yourself, your own pleasure, and your own fulfillment. And the worst part is, it's never mutual. That's what happens eventually, no matter how much you try to justify it. There comes a point when it all becomes an addiction, just like being a narcissist. I have to admit, I used to be pretty narcissistic myself. I was so focused on my own needs that I didn't really consider how my actions affected others. It's a common trait of narcissists. Really, they're so addicted to themselves and their own desires that they don't give a second thought to other people's feelings. It's not personal, though. That's just how they are. They'll always put themselves first and won't hesitate to hurt anyone who gets in the way of what they want. These people are addicted to their own supply, if you will, and they'll do just about anything to get it. They'll lie about loving you, steal your money, or manipulate you into doing things for them, all to satisfy their own desires. And if they miss you, it's not for the right reasons. It's probably just because you were the only one who ever really loved them. I know firsthand how dark and twisted these types of people can be, but I also know that they're not irredeemable. Many narcissists are products of neglect or abuse in their upbringing, and are just trying to make up for all the love they didn't receive. They start to miss you when they're finally forced to confront the consequences of their actions. That's when they realize how badly they've treated others. It's easy to think of narcissists as totally crazy and delusional people, but that's not always the case. In fact, they can be pretty lucid in their conversations, even if they're not always making sense. They're not like those homeless folks you might see on the street, shouting at invisible demons and lost in their own twisted reality. No, narcissists are a different breed altogether. In the end, it's important to let narcissists go and move on. They'll miss you, sure, but it's only because you served their superficial needs. So let them miss you while you build real, meaningful connections with the people who deserve you. So, let's make today the day that we take one step closer to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Until next time, let the healing begin.
So everyone, in today's commentary we will summarize the complex world of narcissism and the reasons why a narcissist may miss you deeply. Let's begin by debunking the myth that narcissists are incapable of feeling love or empathy. The truth is, everyone has their perspective, and those diagnosed with this disorder might possess varying degrees of self-awareness. Even individuals without narcissistic tendencies might find themselves in similar relationships and cherish them as genuine love. Navigating a relationship with a narcissist is a challenging task, and not everyone is equipped to handle it. These individuals often end up in relationships with those who share similar character traits like psychopaths, degenerates, and other narcissists. Despite their attempts to win back trust and apologize for their wrongdoings, their relationships tend to deteriorate instead. So it is essential to be vigilant when associating with these individuals and be aware of the emotional toll it can take on one's mental health. As empaths, we invest emotionally in our relationships, making it easy to fall into a cycle of traumatic experiences with a narcissist. Once the relationship ends and the grieving process begins, it can be daunting trying to move forward, but it is vital to remember that the end is not always the end and that there is always hope for better things to come. Well, we can't deny the initial charm that attracts us to a narcissist. They have a way of appearing irresistible with their seductive grains, charming personalities, and seemingly successful careers. However, as we delve deeper, we realize that it is all facade and that their true selves are far from pretty. The truth is that these individuals reveal their character through the company they keep. A good person with good intentions will attract other decent people, and the relationships will flourish. For a narcissist, though, it is the opposite. Trust me, they never have your back, and you learn that the hard way. So, why do narcissists miss you if they never truly valued you? And your efforts? The narcissist is quite alarming. They miss the surface level acts you did for them. Narcissists are superficial beings who don't understand the real meaning of building trust and authentic relationships. A genuine person keeps your back when you are down, and the more you support them, the stronger the connection becomes. However, narcissistic people perceive people and relationships as disposable and never truly comprehend the importance of building meaningful connections. As much as it is tragic to think about, narcissists genuinely do miss you, however not for the right reasons. It is because you serve their superficial needs and desires. These individuals are addicted to their supply and they will do just about anything to get it, even if it means lying about loving you, stealing your money, or manipulating you into carrying out their desires. And when forced to confront the consequences of their actions, they begin to understand how badly they have treated others. And well, it is easy to think of narcissists as delusional and crazy people. However, they can be lucid and engaging in their conversations, making it challenging to fully comprehend their intentions and desires. Although many are products of neglect or abuse in their upbringing, we must safeguard our mental health and let them go. By doing so, we move on from their superficial needs and desires and build true meaningful connections with those that genuinely value us. In conclusion, we must realize that narcissists are complicated individuals and the reasons behind why they miss us can differ vastly from our reasons for missing them. We must let go and focus on building real, authentic relationships with those that deserve us. So let's make today the day we take one step closer to a more peaceful and fulfilling life and let the healing begin. Thank you for joining me in today's commentary.